But still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth, who can tell? I guess there is no one to blame. We're living around where things haven't been the same again. It's a final countdown.
Alright people, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever happens to be for you. It's just afternoon on the 8th of July. First off, I'd like to apologize for not having done a CodeX report sooner, but with everything that's been going on, I've been a little bit overloaded trying to process the information. What seems to have been happening is that every day I spend most of the day trying to catch up on what the news is. And then I get tired and I don't end up making a video, and I wake up in the morning and I say I'm going to make the video first thing in the morning, and then I check the news and there's so much stuff to process that I end up not making it until later on, and then I'm too tired, and you know how it goes. And besides that, I can admit I'm a little bit lazy. So here we go. The situation in Fukushima has not gotten any better. In fact, it has officially gotten much, much, much worse. If you've listened to any of my previous videos, you have heard me call for the final solution to the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear reactors. The only way that they are going to be able to solve this problem in a timely fashion is going to be to place a mini or micro nuke into each of the reactor piles and detonate it. Now, granted, there's going to be a large radiation release because of this. But you can either have these things spewing radiation for the next 50 to 100 years, or you can have a burst of radiation that's going to be over in 6 months, 3 months, whatever. They're already talking about the rainwater as far down as Tokyo is radioactive. They have registered 45% of the children within 20 kilometers of the reactors, or actually I should say in Fukushima City, 45% of the children are suffering from radioactive thyroid poisoning. There's millions of people are going to die from this. And we can either allow them to continue fucking around and allow millions and millions of people to get cancer and eventually die, or we can force them to do what has to be done to fix this fucking problem so it doesn't kill everyone in the northern hemisphere. The information that has come out just in the last week or so was that, about 2 weeks ago, is that TEPCO knew within the first 12 hours that they had full core meltdown in all 3 of those reactors was happening. And they said nothing. 2.5 months later, they finally admit, oh, we had meltdowns in the cores. That's bullshit. These guys should be tried for murder. And you know, if you have a problem with that, hey, Jeffrey Immelt, go fuck yourself. It's your company who designed those fucking piece of shit reactors. We need to shut every single General Electric nuclear reactor, boiling water reactor, down immediately. Immediately, as in yesterday. And fucking Obama, you are an idiot. I don't understand how anyone can even listen to you, because nothing you say is even remotely true or even makes sense. You're a fucking moron. I'm done with my rant on Obama. Nebraska, the Calhoun and Cooper nuclear plants, the Gavins Point Dam, the Missouri River flooding, the Mississippi River flooding. You know, people, it's going to the middle of July. The normal thing is knee-high by the 4th of July for corn. There's not going to be a corn harvest this year for most of the central United States. There's not going to be a wheat harvest. There's not going to be soybeans. If you are not stocking up on food now, you are an idiot and you will probably be dead within 6 months. Seriously, people, if you don't understand what's happening, then you might as well just go put a bullet in your head, because all you are going to do is be a burden to your friends and family and others. Do whatever it takes. I was listening to a radio show and this woman called in. She said, you know, do you think that I should, how did she put it? She says, I have some money on a credit card that I could use. Should I get food? And the guy just, you know, being polite about it, he kind of chuckled and said, you know, yes, I would definitely say to go and, you know, spend some money, go into debt if you have to a little bit, get the food. The food is going to be more than worth its weight come the crash here. Oh my God. 52 no-fly zones in the United States. What's going on with that? Seriously, there's earthquakes everywhere. Christchurch, New Zealand just had one again the other day. And, you know, I'm in Northern California, and I can feel the earthquakes on occasion. And we're getting an average of, you know, one that I can feel about every other day. And, you know, granted, if I'm out, you know, walking around, or if I'm working or something, I don't really notice it. But if I'm just sitting here, sitting on the computer, I can tell. You know, they're big enough that you'll notice that something starts to rock, or that, you know, you're moving and you shouldn't be. You know, it's just what's going on, and it's just going to get worse. Iceland. You know, they just had that huge volcano go off this spring, or whatever it was, last fall, you know, last year, that blocked off all the flights into London. Well, now they're talking about Hekla. The Hekla volcano could go off. If the Hekla volcano goes off, it's going to be like 100 times worse than this other one. Oh my God, people. There's 35 different volcanoes going off around the planet right now. I don't really know what else, you know, what else you people need to be shown to know that the world is changing in a very drastic manner. Go on my YouTube page and go on my playlist, and I have one called The Sun, and go on there. There's a video that was posted on YouTube and went around Twitter and everything last week. It's this guy up in Russia films two suns in the sky. Well, not technically in the sky, they're on the horizon, but you know, literally there's a sun, and then there's this other thing that looks like a sun, but it's about half the size. I mean, people, wake the fuck up and start realizing what's going on. If you don't prepare, you are going to die. And it's not going to be a quick bullet in the back of the head fucking dead. It's going to be starving to death, radiation poisoning, you know, fucking chemical poisoning because you eat, you know, tainted food because you were starving. You know, I mean, I don't know what else I can tell people, because if you haven't woken up by now, I don't know what it is that I'm going to be able to tell you that's going to wake you up. You know, look at Greece. Look at what's happening over there. That's what needs to be happening in the United States. I'm not saying the violence, but I'm saying we need to tell the bankers and the government, no fucking more. You know, I'll steal a line from the war against drugs. You know, just say no. Just say no to government fucking deficit spending. Just say no to raising the debt ceiling. Just say no to foreign wars of aggression. Just say no to bombings in Libya. Just fucking say no. No more. We're not gonna take it any more.